Hey everyone, today I thought I'd walk you through how to make an Inception style image using really only two photos. So you need a photo kind of straight on at an upward angle, and then you need something directly above. Then I'll show you how we use the warp tool to make this so it looks like it transitions in between the two. So let's go to this image really fast. This is the one that I started with. So I took both of these with the drone. This will be the bottom image of the car. So if you see this one, this is this image here. And then the second image is directly above. So I flew my drone straight up and then I took a photograph straight down. So what we'll do is let's get our move tool, and then we'll just click and drag this over to this image here. We'll click OK. And we're actually going to unclick this lock. We'll bring the aerial photo underneath. And now let's start working with this one. So we're going to click the V tool, and we want to put this down at the bottom of the screen. We want to put this down right here at the bottom. And now we want to put a mask over the top because we don't want to see any of this. We just really want to see the road. So we'll grab our mask tool, we'll grab a brush, so we'll hit B, and then we'll paint in black because we want to hide this. So we'll just go through, let me raise my opacity up here. And then we'll just go and paint over all of this stuff here. We don't really want to see any of these houses on the horizon. So now here's where you kind of have to play, is you need to get these lines lined up. So that's something that you need to keep in mind when you shoot this image, is you need to get things that kind of match, because that's what's going to really sell this effect. So this bottom layer, we're going to need to bring this over, and we're also going to need to scale it up. So we're going to hit Command T to go into free transform, and we're just going to scale this till those sidewalks pretty much match up. So I think we're pretty close there. Now the problem is we lost some of the road up here. So let's grab our crop tool. Let's clear what we have in there. And then we'll just pull that up so we keep that street. And then let's bring this down so we keep the car. All right, and let's go back in really fast, clean up some of this mask up here. Again, we're just painting black on that mask to hide everything. So that's the basis of how you get the two angles, the up and the down. Now what we need to do is we need to make a transition between these two. So let's go back over to this image really fast, and we're going to grab a selection of this street right here. So we can just grab our rectangle marquee tool. We'll just click on that. Let's hit Command C. And then we'll come over here and we'll just hit Command V. And now same thing, we're going to free transform this. So we're going to take this and we're just going to try to get this close to where we are with this street here. So let's squeeze this down a little bit. And then we need to make this just a little bit wider. Okay, as you can see now, we're pretty much lined up with the center of the sidewalk here. Maybe a little bit more over here. Now, what you need to do is you need to go up to this area right here and click on this warp option. And what that's going to do is actually here, to make our lives a little bit easier, let's commit that selection first. And now let's go in here and let's make a tighter selection. on this. So we just want to select the sidewalk and the street, and then hit Command J. We'll hide this layer for now. Okay, so now that we have that new selection, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into Command T to free transform, and we're going to click on this option up here. What this is going to allow us to do is this is going to allow us to warp this area, so you have all these extra boxes and control points. And what this allows us to do is it allows us to take these sections here and it allows us to drag these out. And so now what our goal is to move these in a manner where we can blend this sidewalk with this vertical sidewalk. And so this is just going to be a bunch of trial and error to get something that looks kind of real and to find that good transition. So we'll just pull these along. And there's not a ton of rhyme and reason to this, to be honest with you. It's just finding what works, and each individual image is going to be a little bit different. But if you see here, these lines help me keep things kind of lined up. We're probably going to need to pull this down just to keep that general shape. And each one of these you can pull and stretch. Alright, so let's commit that and see what that looks like. Let's bring the opacity back up. Let's see if we're able to kind of blend this in and make this look a little bit better. So we're going to put a mask on this. Grab your brush tool, painting in black again, and we're just going to go through here and we're going to paint until we get something that kind of matches. Let's see if we go down a little bit further, if we get something. And maybe our transition point was better right up here. I thought we were someplace where it kind of looked real. That one looks pretty good. And then let's come down here. So as you can see, we got the two images blended together pretty nicely. There are some cleanup stuff still to be done. You'd probably want to take care of this down here. We'd also probably want to darken this down so it looks more like a bend. Something to think about if you're trying to get the lighting right is just take a piece of paper and bend it, and you can see kind of where the shadow and the light falls. Aside from that, it's really going to be a lot of color work. So to get these two photos to match up, I honestly took this bottom shot probably at the worst time with the drone. The drone's not able to handle light as well as like a DSLR camera, so I was shooting almost directly into the sun, and so it's really yellow, it's really contrasty, as opposed to this top shot where you're shooting directly down and the sun's not affecting it because you're not shooting into it. So this is much more natural color, less color cast, so that's something that's going to need to be taken care of for the final edit. If you wanted to try an Inception style photo for yourself and you don't have a drone, another option that you could look into is potentially using images from Google Earth. So wherever you shot your car, you just want kind of a road, an open road ahead of you. And then what you could do is go into Google Earth, put in those coordinates, and then get an aerial shot, and you could stitch that into that other photo. If you wanted to practice with this, I'll make these two photos available for download, and you can try to edit for yourself. So I know this is a quick video. I know we didn't cover everything, but I just wanted to show kind of those key steps on how you can use the warp tool to bridge this transition right here between those two shots, and kind of what it takes to set up and finish a shot like this. So again, here's the kind of final look that I came into. So you can see we have the bending road. I fixed the color a little bit. I also kind of faked it with this like fake sunshine highlight thing. You can see down here where we cloned some of this over. But so hopefully this kind of inspires you to get out there and try your hand at your own Inception style photo shoot. Like I said, if you want to try this, look for the links in the description down below. Until next time, take care.